Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel for those of you who are new. How are you all doing today? I hope you guys are doing well. You know, this week has been a little bit crazy. There has been a few ups and downs, that's for sure. But for the most part, again, has been a great week. I've still been getting all those birthday wishes. So thank you guys again. You know, like they say, a birthday lasts all week long, just saying. But nevertheless, in today's new video, we are going to be doing another cooking video. Now I know you're probably wondering like, but Francisco, this is like a lifestyle page, like a lifestyle YouTube channel, or just like a fun one. Well, I can guarantee you this is a part of lifestyle because we all have to eat. This is gonna be fun just because I do want to teach you all one of my favorite Mexican dishes. So without further ado, let's get into it. So as y'all can see here, I have most of the ingredients already sitting out and there's nothing like too hard to do. It's a pretty fairly simple step. We are going to be making enchiladas, so they're gonna be so good, so luscious, so great. Last time I made them, they didn't come out as good as I wanted them to, but the chile was like really wonky. I don't know, like defrosted so horribly. But it is totally fine, nevertheless. So the first thing that I want to do is that I get this chile. This chile is from El Paso. Actually, I got it like sent over from my parents. Now, for my El Paso people who are watching, if you are watching, if y'all are true friends, this chile is actually going to be located at the Food King. It's where the old Big 8 used to be. For those of you who know, you guys know. But nevertheless, this is a really good chile, and honestly, it just has such good flavor. It's already pre-made, but I am gonna have to doctor it up a little bit just to make it a little bit thicker because we don't want a loose, like, you know, looking liquid. I don't know, this is not a good chile right now. So let me do that real quickly. So I have to get out my blender first. I use the Oster Duralast Classic. It is a cheapy brand, or like, not the brand isn't cheap, not by any means, but it is a cheapy blender because I don't have money to buy an expensive blender. And again, my parents do not want to pay to buy me an expensive blender. Oh, it's not going on. Oh, that's fine. My bad. So we're gonna get our chile, we're gonna cut it at the corner, of course. And then we're just gonna dump it in. Oh. That sounds so beautiful. So now what you have to do in order to doctor it up a little bit is you have to add flour to make it a little bit thicker, but don't put too much because it will become very thick. And from there, you can also add some garlic powder or some onion powder to make it a little bit more salty and just give it a little bit more flavor. I prefer both of them together just because I do think it gives it a good flavor. Some people say that might be too salty, but I don't know, that's just, again, my opinion. I don't know. I'm a great cook. I'm a cooking connoisseur. As you saw in my banana nut bread video, I'm just like a freaking like connoisseur of everything that I could possibly think of. So, wow, I sound so stupid, but it's fine. So, we're gonna have to hit these a little bit just because I don't know why, but like when you're in like DFW, like the humidity really like makes them disgusting. I don't know why. Just gonna add a little bit more. And then we're gonna add some garlic powder, just a tiny bit. Oh. Okay, sorry, I'm back. The garlic powder, like a chunk of it fell in, and that was neither fun nor fresh. Now the next thing that we're gonna do is add some flour into it, but don't add too much. So the little thing I have in here right now is, I believe it's 1/4 of a cup. So it's literally like half of this, I would say, to start off with. And then like you add more as you like blend the chile and make sure that everything's like thick enough so that you can really douse those enchiladas really, really good in that really good chile. All right, now we're gonna just like, you know, mix this up a little bit. It doesn't taste bad. Okay, I think that's good, honestly, low key. I'm gonna add a little bit more just because I want it a little bit thicker, but not too thick. Right there, I think that should be good on the flour. We're gonna hope for that real quickly. So we're just gonna mix this again. All right, that should be good. Ah! Let me get a paper towel, hold on. So sorry. I dropped the chile lid and it splashed everywhere, and that was neither, again, fun nor fresh. But I got the chile right here. Now from here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and put it in a sartén or like, you know, a little pot so that I can warm it up and just get that like, you know, zesty, you know, steamy type of moment for this chile moment, because it is really, really good when it's like nice and warm. And of course you want to dunk the enchilada inside it and get it nice and moist so that, you know, it's really good. So let me get that real quickly. It's gonna be in my oven. I keep all my pans in my oven. If you're a true Mexican, you know that the oven is where you store everything. I also went ahead and got the rest of my pans just because I'm gonna need them throughout this entire process. So we're gonna go ahead and dump the chile inside the sartén, like I said. It's not that much, so that's like a good thing. It should be enough for at least, so I can make some lunch tomorrow. And then we're gonna put it on this back one just because we want it to like simmer. We don't want it to like overheat or anything like that. We again just want it to like warm up and stuff like that. Now the next step that we're gonna be doing is that since we have to wait for the chile to warm up before we can make any of the enchiladas, we're gonna go ahead and make the sopita. Now what sopita is basically pasta with tomato sauce and like this stuff right here. It's like chicken broth if I'm not mistaken, but it's just like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just like in a cube. But yeah, it's just like in a little cube, so it makes it easier rather than having to like use constantly use like the actual chicken broth. So the pan that we're gonna use is this larger one, just because again it can hold more. So what you do first is that one, you turn on your stove because you want it to get like, you know, nice and warm, you know, so that you can actually cook on it and not just watch it. And then from there you can get like whatever type of oil. I use like canola oil from like the Target brand, because I don't want to spend that much money on like really good oil, just because I don't see no point. It's all the exact same. So this is canola oil, excuse me. And I'm just gonna pour some in there. Don't douse it at all. It's not like so that you can fry the rice. It's just that you can have like a slight simmer, if that makes sense. Or like a slight fry, nothing like too big. Because again, you don't want to burn little pasta. So the pasta we're using is little stars right here. And it's literally formed into little stars. It is so good. This is probably my absolute favorite dish from like a Mexican dish. So what you do from here is that after you cut it open, obviously, is that you pour it into the pan, and then from there, you're gonna wanna make sure and watch it, just because it burns very, very quickly and very easily. So you wanna use like just like a regular like type of like spatula type of thing, like moment, I don't know how you can explain this. And you're gonna wanna like just stir it like this and make sure that like, it doesn't burn, and then you're watching it. And after it like warms up and it's ready to, you know, really, really like, you know, sister eat and sister like heat and whatnot, you're gonna go ahead and add some water to it just so that you can at least get that pasta brewing. Alright, so the sopa is getting ready for the water to be put in. So you're not gonna want to put like a huge amount of water. Like this is right here is perfectly fine. It might be a little bit too much, but it's fine. We're gonna work with it. So then what you do is that you're just gonna dump it in, and you're just gonna kind of spread it throughout just so that you can get enough water throughout the entire pan. Because again, you don't want to burn it, you don't want to like make anything boil. And after you dump it in, open your can of tomato sauce, which I got this at Target. Again, I think like this is better than Great Value, like tomato sauce in my opinion. And it's around the same price if I'm not mistaken, I'm not entirely sure. But it's still really, really good. It's still really, really good tomato sauce. So you're just gonna open your, oh my god. You're gonna open your tomato sauce. After you have this open, again, dump the entire thing and do the exact same thing like you just did with the water, so that, you know, it can really get in there. And what I like to do is that I'll rinse out the can so I can get all the tomato sauce in there and just kind of clean it out inside, and then dump whatever like excess tomato sauce was in there inside the pan. Now you just stir it and make sure that all the tomato sauce gets everywhere in between like the rice, in between like the sopita. Let it simmer while it cooks all the way through. It gets like very pasta-y and almost like there's like sauce in there or something like that. And while that's still making, you're gonna wanna also get like your little square of chicken broth and drop it inside the mixture, but don't let it sit there. Because if you let it sit there, it's going to end up clumping and it's going to end up making one area of the pasta very, very salty, rather than what you wanted to in the beginning, and just make the entire thing very scrumptious and, you know, just an overall good taste. Alright, I'm gonna let the sopita cook real quick before I start making the enchiladas, just because that part is a little bit faster and I don't want the sopita to burn again. So I'll be right back.
Few moments later.
Alright, the sopita is all done. I'm gonna go ahead and top it off with this cheese right here. I don't have like the Mexican like mixture cheese that I usually do. So this is mozzarella, or whatever this is. Queso quesadilla is gonna have to do today. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. Alrighty, now it's time to start making the enchiladas. Now the enchilada process is super duper easy. I feel like everyone thinks that enchiladas are really hard to make. As long as you have the chile, again, pre-made, easiest dish that you can probably make. So the tortillas I'm using today are La Primera. I'm not entirely sure where they're from. I think they're from El Paso, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong, y'all, down in the comments below. But I'm not entirely sure. But we're gonna be using these. And so basically what you do is that, again, you go back in with your canola oil or whatever type of oil that you have at home, and you're gonna go ahead and dunk it in the pan. You're gonna go ahead and dunk it in the pan and make sure that you're actually like making it to where you can actually deep fry something. Of course, don't put too much oil, because if because it can pop very easily, and once it starts getting really, really hot, it makes it a little bit harder for it to like, you know, do everything it needs to do. And of course the oil can get disgusting. But from there, you're gonna turn it on. Make sure you have it on high just so it can heat up a little bit quicker. Alright, so the oil is ready and I already put the first tortilla in. Make sure not to have it too high because, again, it can pop really ugly and it can get really ugly. And make sure not to let it get too tostada again. Because if not, it's going to be really hard. It's not going to be as good as it were to be if it was just like a little bit tostada. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? And then from here, after you're done letting it tostar and like, you know, get a little bit crispy, you're going to pick it up. You're going to pick it up in the pan, dab it a little bit just because you don't want too much oil inside the chile. And then what I like to do is I like to get the chile. What I like to do is I like to get the sartén from the chile and then just dump it in there. Like let it, you know, just kind of soak a little bit. Just like let it soak a little bit in here. And then from there, I'll get these tongs and I'll go ahead and just like dunk her in there and get it with this one just because I don't want to mix like the chile inside the oil because then it's going to get like kind of like nasty. So this is how it should look. Now, alright, after you pick it up from the sartén of the chile, you're gonna put it on a plate. And then what you do from here is that, again, you get your quesadilla chile, your quesadilla cheese, and then you're gonna open the bag, obviously. And then you're gonna literally douse this thing in so much cheese. I love cheese on my enchiladas. So again, douse it in cheese. So this is 2 enchiladas already all complete. And this is how it looked. Now, a lot of customary like traditions is that you would actually roll the enchiladas. Now, personally, I don't like to do it just because I think that's a little bit more work. And I just like to lay them flat. And also, what I do is I'll put like an egg on top if you want to, depending on who it is. But yes, from here, after you get your enchilada, you're gonna get your sopita, and you're just gonna get some out of here and put it on the side. I mean, that's really all the only place you can put it, unless you want to eat it out of the pan. I don't know, that's the thing. But yes, you're gonna put it right there, and then your dinner is all complete. So this is the, you know, the dish all complete. It doesn't look exactly like the most appealing to the eye. Typically the tortillas are a lot better, like circular, but I have a little bit of trouble with it because again, I'm not a Mexican mother. So yes. So let me go ahead and get my handy dandy fork real quickly. And we're gonna go ahead and take a little taste test of everything on this plate real quick. So let's go with the enchilada first. It looks pretty good actually. This chile looks really good. Oh, it's a little hard to, you know, cut into. Okay, we're just gonna, okay, that's not good enough. Okay, get a little bit of cheese. Okay. Blow on it so you don't burn your mouth. That has a really good flavor. I think it could be a little bit spicier, but that was my fault because again, I just bought like a pre-made chile. So it could be a little bit more spicy. It's pretty good though, I'm not gonna lie. I use a little bit, I think, more salt in it, but it's not bad. It's a really, really good chile. I really, really like this. Let's go and taste the sopita, which is my personal favorite. Oh, did you see that cheese? Let's do that again. Did you see that though? Like the cheese, like, oh, that's how you know it's good. Oh. So good. So good. Oh my god. Yes. Sopita. Yes. Yes. Okay. Let's rate it from like a 1 to 10. Enchiladas, I would give like a solid 7. They're not like really, really good because I've made like really, really good enchiladas in the past, but they're not like really bad. I feel like a solid 7 is like a good one just because they're pretty good and like it's just like a very good taste. Sopita, 1,000, a million, a freaking trillion out of 10. Oh, that came out so good. The cheese added a little bit better. And she's made it a little bit better. So good, so good. I honestly miss my mom's cooking so much right now, but it's totally fine. I know how to make my own Mexican food because soy mexicana. In the words of Antonio Garza, I didn't ask to be born Latina, no más tuvo suerte. But nevertheless, let me know down in the comments below what your favorite Mexican dish is, or in general what your favorite dish is to eat from your culture, or just in a general day-to-day basis. Thank you all so much for 89 subscribers. Again, you don't realize how much it means to me that you guys are still watching this. Please, come on guys, we can get to 100 subscribers. We're at 89, we're 11 people away. Get your mom, get your dog, get your grandma, get everybody to subscribe to this channel. Because at the end of the day, I want to make you laugh a little bit, even if it's just for 10 minutes. But nevertheless, don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the little bell icon so you know when I upload brand new videos. And as well, don't forget to leave me a comment down below and let me know what y'all want to see from me, as well what your favorite dish is. Thank you all again so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye, y'all.